Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Miss Eileen, and today I want to share with you the updates for Streamyard. Well, many of you know that Streamyard is one of my favorite live streaming platforms that's browser based. My other favorite is Ecamm Live, which is one I'm using right now, but it's Mac only. So for all my PC friends or for those who have like a really old Mac, I've always recommended StreamYard. And yet it remains to be seen if I will continue to recommend StreamYard. However, right now, at this moment in time, I am still recommending it. And so, but I do feel that it is my duty as your live streaming mentor to give you the update of where we are right now and the latest news. But before I do that, let me just go back a little bit. I actually started using StreamYard, I believe it was November of 2018. It could have been 2017. I have to double check that. But either way, one of the things that really made me adore this platform so much. Oh, good morning, Dr. Geneva. Thanks so much for joining. I just realized I don't have my comments open, so I can put that up on screen. There it is. Dr. Geneva speaks. Great to see you as well. And I do believe that you've been using StreamYard for your live streams, but let me know. And one of the things that I absolutely fell in love with, and reason why I adored it so much was, well, first of all, Gage. I met Gage before I met Dan, and actually, Gage reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to give StreamYard a try. And as we started to get closer and I started to learn more about StreamYard. Eventually I met Dan as well. And back in those early days, it was my friend Ross Brand, who is just now blowing up with all these books that he's been putting out about video podcasting and, of course, live streaming. He does annually his predictions book. We were on a live stream. We were scheduled to go live on a talking about new things that were going on. And one of the things that we covered at that time was StreamYard. And honestly, Gage mentioned it a few times in some of the live streams that I use StreamYard for my weekly lives. I'm really interested in your news. Okay, great, great, great. And so we're going to get right to it, but I just wanted to just finish out this thought. And so they started a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group, we started with the hashtag the yard. It actually was not me. I can't take credit for it. And the young lady's name will come to mind, but right now I can't think of it. And I apologize, but you know who you are out there. Thank you so much for coming up with that. And, people embraced it. And it was the pillars, the three pillars: the ease of use, professional looking live streams, and the stability. And the stability. And as time went on, and I had kind of encouraged them that, you need to have like an affiliate program. And so they finally took on the affiliate program. And then they got a lot of the well-known YouTubers, some of my mentors, like for example, Roberto Blake, and also Nick Nimmin, and quite a few others, to also have them as sponsors for their streams. And so it got a lot of visibility, so much so that eventually it was acquired. Now, one of the other beautiful things that they did along the way was to have these weekly town halls. Oh my gosh. Every Sunday night, you know that you could look forward to Gage and Dan coming on and giving everyone a chance to ask questions. Excuse me. The mute is just not close enough right now. Ask questions, put in feature requests, and the platform evolved to our will and our whim. It was like whatever we wanted, they would work on it. And at the same time, they wanted to stick to those core of the ease of use, because a lot of times the features that people were asking were going to be complicated in order to integrate them into the platform. But anyway, that was just the balancing act that Gage and Dan were constantly faced with, and they did an amazing job. You know, some people still say, "Oh, I wish I would have had this feature or that feature," but in general, they did an amazing job, and they got acquired for several millions of dollars. And I don't want to quote how much it was, but it wasn't like chump change. It was a lot of money. And they got acquired by Hopin. And at that time, Hopin also was getting funding from LinkedIn, which, Dr. Geneva mentioned about her weekly lives. I believe she also goes live on LinkedIn as well as YouTube. Multi streaming is one of the beauties of StreamYard. And after the pandemic was over and people didn't need to use Hopin as much, because Hopin was more geared toward enterprise and having really big events, and it was expensive. Like, we were glad that we had StreamYard because it was so super affordable. Yeah, you didn't really want to switch over to Hopin unless it was like your company, like as far as individual content creators. We weren't even looking at Hopin. We were like happy that we still had our StreamYard, and really not much changed. However, because Dan and Gage continued to have these town halls, and no shade for them whatsoever, I still absolutely love them so much, and I wish them well with their next venture, and hopefully they'll be back with something else. But let me read this comment. Yes, the Sunday talks were so helpful. Along with what you shared, I've been able to up my game. I'm grateful to you and StreamYard. Oh, thank you so very much, Dr. Geneva. That means so much, because one of the things I want to do is help people to be able to share their voice, share their views, get their expertise. And we know Dr. Geneva is an expert, right? And be able to feel confident getting on camera and sharing your expertise. And so I'm so glad that I had even a small part, but of course I can't take any credit for it. It's all you, my friend. It's you. You just probably needed just a little push. And so I'm glad I was there to take push. And anybody else who's watching, you need that little push. Just stick around, because I'm here to push you. Because I want that. I want success for you. And this is why I picked StreamYard to be one that I will promote. I have an entire series of videos about StreamYard. I even have videos on the StreamYard YouTube channel because I collaborated with them and we got some videos done. And I see that my friend Neil is here. So, hey, I'm just waiting for that comment to come over into StreamYard. There it is. Over into Ecamm Live. Neil Pheromone, happy Saturday. Thank you so much for joining. And so, remember, They sold StreamYard, and I guess because nothing really changed when they sold StreamYard to Hopin, um, we just may hear from some references about Hopin every now and then they also added the webinar part of StreamYard, right? And so we knew that was kind of like the Hopin influence coming in to play. And so we kind of like maybe even forgot Hopin was around. And things didn't go too well for Hopin as a separate entity because, like I said, when people started going back to work, going back to the office, they didn't need Hopin. You know, everybody's all stuck on Zoom. So Hopin was kind of like took a back seat. And so they really needed to sell StreamYard. And this is just my opinion. Okay. I never, ever talked to anybody from Hopin. Okay. But I can, read the tea leaves. And so Gage and Dan tried to buy StreamYard, but they just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it, and I don't know all the factors involved. But the Hopin people, and there is one particular fellow who's the CEO. Don't ask me for his name because it's really irrelevant at this point, right? He sold StreamYard to the folks at Bending Spoons. Now, Bending Spoons has a history with our lovely tech community because they also own quite a few other apps that people use. And one of the ones that people kind of had like a sour or bitter taste in their mouth was Evernote, because when they acquired Evernote, they changed things around, and like I said, I don't know all the details on that one because I never used Evernote. I never liked it. And my superfood parents are here. Hello, Lakita. I thought Gage and Dan were already the owners. This is interesting. Yeah, no, they sold. You weren't here at the very beginning. They were the owners. They were the founders. They built it from the ground up. They met each other, I believe, in college. And, they're from Canada. And they sold to Hopin at the right time for them to get a big payout, but also for StreamYard to get more infrastructure so that it was a much more robust platform. Like I said, StreamYard on air with the webinars and all that. Okay, and so I also want to say, hey, Coach Sherry, good morning. Good morning. All right, so Bending Spoons had already have, um, I don't want to use that word reputation, but I'll just say they were known for buying existing, or they are known for buying existing SaaS products and making changes to them. And so everybody kind of should know, like I said earlier about reading the tea leaves, the handwriting is kind of on the wall that they're going to make changes. They are going to make changes. Let's see. Superfood Parent said, I left Evernote when spammers got into my account. Oh, Google Keep has been my replacement with great results. Great, great. My friend Michael Daniels, and I believe that's his YouTube channel handle, Michael Daniels, he teaches all kinds of, he's a Google expert. And he's got some videos probably on his channel about Google Keep. All right. So if you ever need some tutorials, check out Michael Daniels. It's spelled just the way it sounds. So the time has come, my friends, when they have announced the changes. And from this point on, I'm literally going to be reading and screen sharing from the blog post. They posted it in the Facebook group. That's how I found out. Um, I don't go in the Facebook group as much as I used to, when Gage and Dan were around, because there's a lot of disgruntled people in the Facebook group right now. And I can't really say whether it's all warranted how disgruntled people are, because I like to start my day with sunshine and a cup of coffee. I can't ah and I am not here to judge. I'm just here to give y'all the facts. Well, I was judging earlier, but now I'm going to go with the facts. And of course, Coach Sherry's laughing at me, but no, she says, I hope they don't charge too much more. I use StreamYard. I don't have any information on the pricing. I'll repeat that now. If that's what you're waiting for, I don't have that information because, as far as I know, it's not public yet. Yeah, so see, I told you she was laughing at me. And I'm disgruntled and I don't even know what's up yet. Hobby to CEO. Hello. New here. Great information. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, just like I said, quick recap. Gage and Dan started StreamYard. Gage introduced me to StreamYard, told me to give it a try. I did. The rest is history. They wound up building an incredible platform, and they end up selling it to Hop In. Hop In, not Gage and Dan, but Hop In sold it to Bending Spoons. Okay. So, and also welcome Hobby to CEO. I forgot to say that. And my girl Minnie on Cam is here. Are they still keep it a free option? I just started using StreamYard. I do believe they are still going to have a free option, but I don't know what is going to change as far as what comes with that free option. So let's get to the screen share. And I wasn't really trying to like drag things out, but the questions are coming in. So hey, I want to be here to answer what I do know. And I don't know it all, but what I do know. All right, so here is the blog post, and it says, new plans, new features. What's new at StreamYard? Updated subscription plans and exciting new features. So if you're already a StreamYard customer, I'm just going to tell you, these are for non-business accounts. Non-business accounts. They are introducing core, advanced, and teams. Okay? So the legacy non-business subscription offerings, which were essentials, starter, basic, professional, premium, and growth. That's what we are all on now, and I guess free is also including in that. Okay, so let's just, instead of reading all the riffraff, let's get to see how the plans compare. And I have a couple comments that I'm going to put up, but before I do that, I just want to make this piece bigger. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, let me go back up to the top of it. Okay, all right, and let me just come back on screen while I just put up a couple comments that came in. And Minnie on Cam said, I'm okay to pay for the premium service. It's a business expense for me, and it's an investment in my business. That's right, and it's probably tax deductible as well. Hobby CEO, just curious, will current subscribers be grandfathered in? Yes and no, because like I said, Hobby to CEO, the pricing has not been revealed. You might be grandfathered in. And just a little side note, I can't find a word to replace that term, grandfathered. But if anybody has a word that we can use instead of grandfathered, please share that, because it's really a term that's rooted in racism. I know I don't want to get political, but when I hear it, now that I know this, every time I hear that word, when people got the right to vote, they started with only if your grandfather could vote. All right. So I'm not going to dwell on that point. And of course, hobby CEO, you didn't do anything wrong because I can't find another word to replace that grandfather. But I think that should be our mission to find a better word because that word is not good. And they got a whole um, article over on the NPR website somewhere about grandfathered. All right, so try to keep that out. Try to keep that word out of my vocabulary, but I got to get a new word to replace it. All right, so Coach Sherry said, yes, what platform are you currently using? I enjoy StreamYard because of the ability to pull up the chat messages, but you're able to do that there too. I am using Ecamm Live, and you may have heard of it before. And I want to just say right up front that it is a Mac only software. So if you're not on a Mac, you may have heard it and dismissed it because Ecamm actually has been around even before StreamYard. And you know, if you don't have a Mac, you hear that word Ecamm and you're like, I'm just gonna ignore that because I don't have a Mac. But if you have a Mac, which I highly recommend, and yes, they are affordable these days, especially if you get a Mac Mini, you're good to go. All right, let's see. I think I have a couple more. I did notice a couple of new features in the back office yesterday. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute, Coach Sherry. Thank you for bringing that up. And Superfood Parent says Google Keep is great for taking quick notes. You can start note there and export adding photos and links to Google Doc if you need to edit formulas. And that's for Coach Sherry because I think you might have asked her about the Keep. Yes, on the GF vibes. Thank you, Minnie. If you find that word, if somebody find a good word that we can use, we gotta get that word out of our vocabulary. Oh wow, I didn't know about that term. I know I found out about it maybe about 2 years ago from my friend Joseline on Twitter. And I was like, oh my God, I use that term all the time. And not knowing that it was what the roots of it were. And this week, I've been doing a leadership training on all the things that make inclusion, diversity, equity, accessibility more challenging. Yes, we have similar efforts ongoing at my day job, DEI and B, which is diversity, uh, equity, inclusion, and belonging. So you may hear DEI or DEIB, and then you've got the accessibility there. And so, yeah, it's the same mindset, and that's what it's really all about: is people changing their mindset, and that term is one that we need to change our mindset about. So, absolutely, absolutely. Uh, it may be pre-existing. There you go. That's a good one. But you got to say it in a sentence like, does that mean that we will all be blank blank into the new plans? We got to pre-existing is great, but it has to flow out in that kind of a sentence. And I think that's where people get stuck. Well, that's where I'm stuck. Speak for myself. They could use legacy customer instead of yes, and they do in this article. They do mention legacy, that is another great term. How cool is that? All right, and the I'm not exactly sure how cool. Oh, about the diversity and inclusion efforts that Minnie has been learning about. Yes, it is. It's a fascinating topic. And like I said, we're doing some of those things at my day job. But there's so many layers And we're not going to get into them all today or any of them really, but there is so many layers. Some of this stuff is just so deep, and that's, you know, you look at yourself. That's one of the first things that you'll learn about the whole diversity, inclusion, equity, and belonging is also to look at yourself and your mindset and things that you may have thought in the past. And, that's the only way we can all move forward. We can't just look at other people and say, look at that person. You got to look at you. All right. So, yeah. And so Minnie says it's with the Canadian organization called Race and Disability Canada. I did not know you were Canadian, but yeah, I'm glad that you have an organization like that in your country. Hopefully, pay plans will be legacied. Yay! Yes! Good use of the word, girl. It would be great if we're pre approved. Those two words were suggested as inclusion replacements. God, no wonder, girl. You must have used the chat GPT. Okay, that's why the main bedroom is no longer called the master bedroom, but the primary. Thank you. Share. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you said that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so now let's go back to these comparison of the new plans, and all of us who are on legacy plans will have to see if we're pre-approved. All right, so here we go. Let's look at this chart because I think this is the most significant. And so now we're only looking, this chart is only covering the paid plans. There's still a free plan. They didn't include it in the chart. So don't, guys, don't expect me to kind of like be a mind reader. Okay, I'm going to put this link. I'm going to put this link on YouTube. But in order for me to do that, I have to move things around a little bit. Oh, no, I don't. I got Ecamm. What am I thinking? I can do it right here. No, it won't let me do it because I'm from another tab. Okay, no, it let me do it. Come on. I wonder why it won't let me enter. I'm not sure, but let's see. I have the comment section open somewhere. Yeah, it's over here. Sheesh. All right, we figured it out. I'm not sure what happened there on the Ecamm side. So I didn't make any kind of special short link for this like I normally do. So I'm just going to put it up on screen. StreamYard.com/blogs/new-subscription-and-new-features. But that link is going to be in the description of this video as soon as this live stream is over. Okay? Thank you for bearing with me. All right. And another comment that I need to put up is here. Hang on. I got to bring Ecamm over here. And is Ecamm Live paid or does it come with the Mac? Oh, it's paid. It's a paid subscription. Very similar to Streamyard. I can't say the pricing is similar because I actually have not compared the pricing, be honest with you. They also had me as a guest on their podcast. I'm waiting for the episode to be published. Oh, the Canadian. Oh, that is wonderful. Yes, please, please, please share it with us when it gets published. Okay. Thank you for sharing the link. Oh, you're welcome, Coach Sherry. Okay, but that doesn't mean I want you to go anywhere. I still want you to stick with me, girl. All right, so let's get back over here. All right, so I'm not going to read each and every plan, but I will say that this section here, oops, can't highlight just some of the section. Everything that has a white background, this is the same across all the things except for the number of seats. The number of seats. Under core, you have 2 seats. and 3 multi-stream destinations. So I was wrong. Only the first 3 things are the same. Unlimited viewers, on-screen participants 10, cloud storage 50 hours. Okay. Seats under core is 2. Multi-stream destinations is 3. Under advanced, seats 4. Multi-stream destinations 8. Under teams, seats 10. Multi-stream destinations 8. Now, once you're on a paid plan, you can remove that StreamYard logo. You have the custom RTMP and guest destinations. That's the same across the board. All right, there's a few more that are going to be the same. Now, the dark mode they have here did not actually roll out yet. Camera shapes, I have not seen a demo of the camera shapes yet, I don't think. Maybe I did, and I just don't realize it because I use Ecamm for that kind of stuff. 1080p screen sharing. Because I'm using Ecamm today, I did not get a chance to test that. So I don't, I did look at it and see that, yeah, you got a thing that says 1080p screen sharing, but I haven't like dove into it. Reusable studios, that's going to be new. I don't think that rolled out yet. 4K local recordings. I don't know that. It just all depends upon what you're using your local recordings for. Everybody doesn't even use local recordings, but if you do, it's nice to have that. I'm sorry, pre-recorded streams. I skipped over this. Pre-recorded streams. 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours. And that's respective across the 3 different plans. Okay? And so there you go. And you can just look at those other things. Backstage participants, on-air webinar viewers, and download of the transcripts and the green room. Okay, so now I'm going to come back on screen and also check to see if there's any more great comments. Okay. All right, so that's a good question. Do you know the cloud storage on Ecamm? Ecamm resides on your computer and your recordings reside on your computer. So you do need to have a powerful enough computer in order to store them. Now, you can set up some kind of an automation so that, and you don't have to save your recordings to your computer if you don't want to. Like, for example, I have those set up, but let's just say I was like, I don't need to have them because I can download this from YouTube when it's done. Well, not right away because it takes YouTube forever, or at least overnight, to actually encode the file. But the next day I could download it from YouTube. But I have space on my computer, so I save it. If I wanted to, I could set up an automation that will automatically send it to the cloud. And I would use iCloud, Google Drive, or whatever I want to use. Okay, that's the big difference. StreamYard and some of their competitors are browser-based. And so, yes, things are stored in the cloud. But Ecamm is an application that you install on your computer. That's why it only works with Macs, because they're Mac developers. They don't develop PC apps. And so everything is on your computer. Everything is on your computer. Okay? So, right, Minnie says, I've been nurturing my intersecting identity this year. It's been a huge growth experience. That's what I want to see. This is what I love. This is what I love. The fact that we have these platforms. You know, we've been given platforms. As much as people complain about social media is a platform where you can share your thoughts, your feelings, at whatever you want to advocate for. You can do that. Podcasting, all that allows you to be an advocate or sell your courses, whatever the case may be. you have access to a platform. Um, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I got to come back to that, Minnie. Coach Sherry said, what are local recordings? That means, remember, StreamYard is browser based, what I just described. Ecamm Live is on your computer, but StreamYard is browser based, and StreamYard saves your recordings in the cloud. But if you want to make sure that there's no interruptions with the internet, and we want to make sure we have high quality, even though our guests may have problems with their internet, it's a local, meaning on your computer. So you can have it on your computer. Your guest number one will have a copy on their computer. Your guest number two will have a copy on their computer, so that you have the high quality. Then you have to get all those from everybody and edit them. That's a lot of work, but for some people, that's part of their flow. Like, not me, but because I'm a simple girl. And I see that my friend is here, but hang on. I got to get to you in order. And Minnie said I use Windows. Typically, I use OBS. I like using minimal software to create content. Yeah, to me, this is what StreamYard saved me from, was learning how to use OBS. I took one look at OBS and I was like, nope, I don't think so. So Ecamm Live is more complicated than StreamYard, but still, to me, in my mind, because I've been using it, and as they develop feature after feature after feature, I can learn them and put them under my belt, and then I don't. It doesn't seem like a stretch to me, but yes, and say hello to my friend, the other Mike, and that's NLTMW. Never let the machines win. Greetings, Mike. Thank you so much for coming. And Coach Sherry said, I'm in the DE&I space too with workforce development. I'm always excited and curious about things in that space. I am so glad this stream has connected you two ladies. Please make sure that y'all connect with each other and carry on, continue with that conversation. I just completed a live broadcast and there were 7 in the chat. Oh, and I'm sorry, this is Parcha Hill Station. I probably screwed that up. It looks like now I'm thinking it's Partick Hill Station. I apologize for that. And we'll put that back up. And I completed a live broadcast and there were 7 in the chat. I just looked at YouTube to check it and there were over 30 watching live. Is there restriction in the number allowed in the chat? No. There's no restriction. There's no restriction on any of the live streaming softwares, whether it's Ecamm, StreamYard, OBS. There's no restrictions on how many people can be in your chat. Certain platforms, I don't know the rules of every single platform, because I'm thinking about maybe Twitch may have a limitation. I'm not 100% sure. I used to use Twitch, but I don't use it that much anymore. I know a lot of people like to use something like Rumble. They may have restrictions, but as far as I know, the platforms that I use, there's no restrictions on how many people can be in the chat. But if they don't chat, they're not going to show up as a number. So, you may have 30 people watching, but if 22 of them are driving, and they just so happen to have your live stream there, or they're cooking dinner or playing with the kids while they're just not chatting, or they just don't feel like chatting. Maybe they just don't have anything to say. I have, Coach Sherry says, I have Apple phone and iPad, but not a Mac. I have TB storage on both. I'm considering a Mac. Yeah, when you're in that ecosystem, it just makes things a lot easier. And I know that in the years past, it was always like a cost thing that would limit people from getting Macs. But now with the Mac Minis, they're just like, if you're looking for a new computer, let's just say it's time for you to get a new computer. The Mac Mini is just as affordable as most of the similarly powerful PCs. And I have a Mac Mini, so I'm not just making that up. And I have a PC, but it's work PC. So I live in both worlds. So just check it out. Just do your investigation, do some shopping. And Hobby G CEO says, I'm learning a lot. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Exactly, Erica. Hey, girl, how you doing? I'm trying to learn vMix for PC, but I haven't gone live on it yet. You know, there was a person that used to teach vMix that was very good at that, but they don't teach live streaming anymore. And I don't even know, they didn't change the channel name and all that. So I don't have anybody to refer you to for vMix. However, I will say, Erica, if you are on Facebook, look to see if they have like a Facebook group. I don't know if you like Facebook, but sometimes the Facebook groups, that's one that's one good thing about Facebook groups now because they're still free. This is a way that you can connect with people that use vMix, and you might find out some things that you didn't know yet. Um, but in the meantime, just use the browser-based platforms, and I still recommend Streamyard. I still recommend Streamyard. Hopefully, their pricing, when they actually reveal the pricing, won't knock me off my feet and make me change my mind. Hopefully. Let's just keep our fingers crossed on that one. But okay, so let's get back over here. Okay, all right. And Minnie says, I've been self employed for 21 years, living with a disability. I'm not sure if I want to work in traditional employment, and my mental health needs specific wellness care for being BIPOC. Very good. I'm so glad that you articulate that so well, and I appreciate you for sharing and being transparent about that. And Erica says, make sure she's saying good morning to everyone. Yeah, I'm doing an early stream today. And this is my channel name. Yes, there you go. And the thing about it is, I I'm not sure if you could post a link to your channel in the chat because I may have like only the moderators can post links. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember, but you could try it. It's not going to like count against you if the link doesn't work. Does Ecamm Live have the green screen and background feature? Yes. People, there's so many people that use Ecamm Live is like can be used for super professional streams. So there are a lot of users, and I got to make sure I come back and finish reading your question. There are a lot of users that use this really like a news broadcast. I mean, or a live TV show with the green screens, and you would never know because if you have the right lighting, people won't know that you're in front of a green screen. It's not that fuzzy thing like, oh, yeah, she's got a green screen on. No. Super high professional. You can hook up your big fancy cameras. I'm a simple girl. I don't use all that, but they do. And I've been a member of the Ecamm community. Let me think. So I remember the Ecamm community before StreamYard. Yeah, I don't even know why I said let me think. Yes. And so I know these people put on some highly produced streams. And you also can record with it, just, similar to StreamYard. Okay. And I can't remember if Melon is still a streaming platform, but some are using Rumble streaming. They say it rivals StreamYard, but I'm sticking with StreamYard. I don't see major changes. Now, I don't have any experience with Rumble. Oh, I said I was going to make sure hang on. I'm going to come back. I want to make sure I read everything. StreamYard offers that now about the green screen. I notice your background is blurred, but I wonder is that you select a different background. My background is blurred because I use, don't judge me, I use my built in webcam on my 2021 iMac. And that is a feature that you can do on FaceTime, your FaceTime camera. I can blur, I can put up balloons, I can, well, let's go, yeah, I can send you hearts. That's where that's coming from. It's not coming from Ecamm, but Ecamm do have some really cool features. They probably even have that in Ecamm, and I don't need to because I have it in the webcam settings. All right, so now I can go back about a melon. Okay, I have never used a Rumble. This is for superfood parents, and melon was acquired. May not be the right word. I think they're still part of Stream Labs, but they changed the name. There's another service called EV Mux. But I honestly I haven't seen them around lately, so I really don't know if they're still as active as they were a few months back. But at in my mind, EV Mux and also a lot of people use Restream. Those are a couple other competitors to StreamYard, but of course StreamYard was always better than them, in my opinion. My opinion. Okay, and so Coach Sherry and Minnie on Cam are connecting with each other. And exactly, Erica too. Yes, yes, I love it. This is what community is all about, y'all. The articulation was a creative challenge with the chat, 200 characters. Okay. Yes, it is a challenge. Thanks. I'll check FB. Yes, StreamYard make overlays, graphics so easy. So I'm not switching yet. Yeah, I mean, the ease of use of StreamYard, seriously, it can't be beat. And I love me some Ecamm, but when it came to ease of use, Ecamm can be also very easy to use as well. Because if you're like myself, you don't need all the bells and whistles, or maybe I shouldn't say I don't need them. I don't use them. They're there, but I don't use them. I use some of them, and some of them I just need more practice with. Okay, so full disclosure. Okay, you found each other. Great. The link worked. Absolutely wonderful. Yay, 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 yay. Good, 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 good. Okay. Oh, yes, I forgot StreamYard hasn't revealed pricing changes, but I'm thinking it will be for the new folks. I'm on the top tier and pay for extra storage, but it's cheaper than a current premium. See what I mean? Yeah, if the pricing doesn't change, but honestly, I'm just going to be not transparent. What's the other word? Vulnerable. The fact that they haven't said the pricing yet, that makes me very, very nervous. Like, what's the problem? Y'all telling us y'all changing the plans. You releasing new features. What's and I believe in this blog post, it says something about pricing um, for existing StreamYard customers. Well, you see your email confirming it. Wait a minute, hang on, because somebody posted it in the Facebook group, but I didn't actually come over here to see if I could figure out what they were talking about. If access associated pricing changes, okay. Here we go. This is the part. I gotta move it over a little, make sure you can see everything. Okay. And it talks about the transition, and it should be between the 29th of August, which was the date of this blog post, and September 28th. You'll get an email confirming the transition take place, blah blah blah. Keep an eye on your inbox. Any associated pricing changes will go into effect upon your next renewal date. Let me read that whole entire section. Once you've been switched to a new plan, you'll have access to all the included features immediately. Any associated pricing changes will only go into effect upon your next renewal date. Yeah, and now I can see kind of like why somebody was complaining about that in the Facebook group. Wasn't me. It wasn't me because I didn't read that part until just now. I read it with you all. And I intentionally didn't read it because I knew I was going to come on here and talk about it with y'all. And I'm glad y'all are here because y'all can give me your reaction to that statement. Okay? Can you do faceless streams on Streamyard? Sure. Turn off your camera. That's been a feature long time ago. You can just turn off your camera. I would demo it, but I'm using Ecamm, so I can't demo it. And you can have your avatar. You can upload an avatar. It doesn't have to be a picture of you. It could be your logo, or it could be any picture that you upload and say, this is the picture that I want representing me. Or you can just have screen share on the whole entire time. And it could be just like I was just now screen sharing this blog post, but your screen share could be anything you want it to be. And so you can definitely do faceless. Yes. Eileen Smith, you're going to have me out here buying a Mac Mini. Girl, come on over to the light side. I mean, the dark side. Oh, no, I don't know about that. See, I shouldn't be using light side and dark side. Anyway, join us. My young adult kids all have Macs, and I've been a Dell girl. I know a Mac will make things more seamless since I love Apple. I tell you, one of my favorite features about being in the whole Apple ecosystem, because it annoys me so much when I'm on my PC and I can't do it, is that I can airdrop. So if I, like right now, like if I wanted to take a screenshot of something to show y'all, I could take the screenshot on my phone and I could airdrop it over. So I just love that I can do. Now I know they got some kind of backdoor way you can do that on PC too. I don't mess with it. It's not that serious. But I love that. And the fact that I can highlight something, copy it on either way, either on my desktop or on my phone, and then paste it on the other device. That's super cool. Super cool. Yes. So let me see. Let's see if that works right now. So I'm highlighting this. I'm copying it. Then I go over to my phone and I'm going to do paste. And remember when I couldn't post that link earlier? I didn't think of it. I just wasn't thinking. I posted because I had my phone right here. I had my phone right here, y'all. And I just copied it highlighted it, copied, and then went over to my phone into the chat and paste. Boom. I love that. Now there's a whole bunch of other stuff you could do, of course, but just to me, just that alone lets me know that yes, whenever they come out with the new one, yeah, I'll be getting it more than likely. More than likely, I will be getting it. Okay. And I just want to remind y'all, because sometimes when I get off, I say, sure, I should have reminded that if you are enjoying this content, you know you can give super chats, you can give super stickers here while I'm live. And if you're watching the replay, there's a super thanks button down there as well. All right. So let's see if I got everything. So now I'm going to look up my renewal date. That's a good idea. That is a good idea to look up your renewal date. And Ecamm allows you to do faceless too? Sure. You just have to have something else up on the screen because you can do screen sharing. So like I said, if I wanted to, I wouldn't recommend this, but this is just one option. There's a bunch of different ways you could do it. But I could have done this whole entire stream. That would be a good look of just having the screen share up the whole time. I could have done that and it never came on camera. Y'all probably would have still, you might not have had as much fun, but you would have got the information, right? It's the necessary information. So that's super important. You know, I love that both of these tools are super flexible. And to be honest, I probably will still recommend StreamYard. I mean, they would have to do like a really outrageous price increase in order for me to say, "Oh, no, I'm done." I I don't see that happening. But I also do not have a crystal ball. I try to read the tea leaves, like I told y'all earlier, reading tea leaves, but I don't have no crystal ball. And I don't know these people. I'm not familiar. I mentioned earlier at the beginning, for anybody who wasn't here earlier, is that people have complained that when Bending Spoons buys an app, they make so many changes and it's not in a good way. That doesn't mean that that's necessarily going to be the same with StreamYard, but it remains to be seen. That's all I can say. I don't have a crystal ball, but I will say that, right now, I am still recommending StreamYard. Hang on, I gotta take a sip. Okay, so, all right, so let's switch over to another quick tip that I want to share with you. And since you're all on YouTube, and this little feature just came out, so I want to make sure that you are all aware of it. And this also will show off one of the cool things I can do with Ecamm Live, and that's to switch scenes. And you can do this with OBS too, but I don't know how to use OBS. I told y'all that already. So looky. You can now generate a QR code for your YouTube channel. You can generate a QR code for your YouTube channel. And shout out to my friend Doug Hewson from Doug Hewson YT, who is at Vid Summit right now, or on his way to Vid Summit. And he's the one that showed me exactly how to do this, because YouTube had mentioned that you can create QR codes, but they didn't show exactly how to do it. They said it, but they didn't show it. I'm a visual learner, and you might be as well if you're here. So on my phone, at the top right, you have to first go to your channel. All right, I didn't say that. Let's start from the beginning. So, first, you're going to open up your channel on your phone and you're going to go to the top right and you'll see the three dots. Click on those three dots. Now you'll see the option to share. And in the past, when you share, you see you can share on Twitter or Messenger or Facebook. But we're not going to do any of that. We're going to generate the QR code. See at the very bottom of the screen of my iPhone, QR code. And boop, there you have it. Save that to your camera roll. So you'll have it. So you can share it on, of course, you want to make sure that you're sharing it in places where it makes sense, right? And, like I don't know right now if everyone who's in the chat or who's watching this is subscribed to me. And I also don't know if you're on your phone or if you're on desktop. But let's just say you were on another platform and you saw me, or I could generate a story for Instagram or Facebook with this, or even post it on TikTok, whatever. Then they could scan the QR code. And so I think this is also cool if I were someone who had a guest on my show and I wanted to make it easy for people to find my guest. I could, because you can generate a QR code for anybody's channel this way, not just your own, any channel, right? And so there you have it. That's how you generate the QR code. And like I said earlier, shout out to my friend Doug Houston for showing me how to do it. All right, so let's go back and put up some more comments. Oh, Coach Sherry said, I hope their changes are for the good. And in that case, yeah, I think so. Found my channel QR code and I can use this at networking events. This is a perfect use for it at live events, in-person events. I shouldn't say live because we're live, right? But in-person events is an excellent way. Or if you're handing things out, or if you're sending someone something, hard copy. Yep, print those bad boys out. Print out a bunch of QR codes and pass them out. Send them to your friends. Give a stack of them to your mama and have her send them out. Mom, when your friends come over for cake and tea, can you give them one of these QR? I'm just kidding. And my monthly spot on a new podcast I've been on too. This is wonderful. Yes. I love QR codes. Young people really like them too. Yeah, QR codes are like, I want to say having a revival, although they kind of never really went away. But I do feel that they are coming back in a sense. But I do, even though I showed you how to do that, I do want you to be on your P's and Q's in terms of seeing other QR codes out in the wild. I'm going to say that again. If you're seeing QR codes out in the wild and you don't know what that QR code is for, be cautious. Be very cautious, okay? If there's any doubt in your mind, why should I scan that QR code? I don't know that person. Now, see, that QR code has, let's go back to it real quick because I didn't really mention that. This QR code has the YouTube play button. It has the person's picture on it, right? So you probably feel a little safe if you see somebody's QR code that looks like that. And I do want to give a shout out to Coach. Let me make sure I say the right person. Yes, Coach Sherry. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Yep. Okay, wait. Hang on now. I'm going to go back because I missed some more comments. You can make your own NAP tag with your QR code too. That way people don't have to ask what's your channel. Yeah. You girl, you gonna come up with some creative ideas. I think you should do a whole video about all the ways people can use that QR code. Name tag is what you meant. Yes, that's right. That's right. Do you get the QR code only on mobile? Only on mobile, yes. Or on desktop too. I'm on desktop and the share doesn't give me the option. That's right. Only on mobile, Dr. Geneva. Yep. Only on mobile. Yes. And yes, there is a spray paint QR code on the ground I saw the other day. So yeah, when you see them in the wild, just be careful. That's all I'm asking you to do is just be careful. And let me just do a thanks. I forgot. We can all add comments to that super chat as well. And so, hey, even if you are not in a position to give a super chat, why don't you add a comment to the super chat that Coach Sherry gave? You know, I think that would be a nice thing. All right, so, yep. Yeah, if I was walking down the street and I saw a QR code spray painted on the sidewalk and I have no idea what it's supposed to be for, or no, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you. Remember that song, Dionne Ward? Welcome back. Yes, I saw it while walking and thought it was strange, but now it has me wondering what trouble is it? Yeah, I mean, they should at least say what it is. You've been dropping nuggets, Eileen Smith. I appreciate all the information. It made me remember why and how I connected to you a while ago. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Yeah, I mean, I really my intention is to, inspire you, let you know that you have the ability to, like I said, with these free platforms, even YouTube, all the others, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, use it for what makes you happy. And it doesn't have to be about, like I said, was saying earlier, to advocate or to take a stand or to educate or entertain. It could be just because you need a little release from all this stuff that goes on in the world. I'll tell you, I don't ignore the news. I don't ignore the news, but sometimes, especially during a certain time of day, like at night when I'm winding down, I'm not trying to hear no negative news. So something really negative happened, and like I was drifting off to sleep. My friend was here. He doesn't live here, but he was here, and he says, "Well, did you hear about the NHL people who got hit by?" No. And can you tell me in the morning? Cause I don't know them. I never heard. I'm not even into the NHL, but I'm not saying that I'm being insensitive. I think that's horrible that this happened. And like I said to him, tell me in the morning. Tell me in the morning, okay? Now I'm like, oh my gosh. And I can make space in my heart to grieve for that family, right? But at night, when I'm trying to go to sleep, let's just let me go to sleep, okay? Oh Oh gosh, now you make me feel bad. um, I've seen a woodworker who carves the most amazing things. He carved his QR code to his website on a necklace. Now that is super cool. I love that. And it's different because you know who it's from. So that's fine. Okay. And Dr. Geneva speaks super chat from always great info and answers. Thanks. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me come over here and give that a thank. Now, I don't see that I can comment on that one. So I don't know if it's only certain amounts that I can comment, that we can leave comments on, but I appreciate you, Dr. Geneva. You've been hanging with me for a long time, and I appreciate you. All right, so let's get some more up on screen here. YouTube is legacy work. Yeah, that's right. Because I didn't tell you. I should have done a stream last weekend, but something said don't, just relax, take it easy. Cause guess what? I just celebrated 15 years of this YouTube channel. 15 years of this YouTube channel. And I look back, honestly, the very first video that I ever did, I believe at some point I deleted it. And not because I wasn't proud of it or anything like that, but somewhere along my YouTube journey, I thought it made sense. The particular site that I was showing off, it went away. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get rid of it. I don't do that anymore. Anybody that want to watch my old videos about sites that don't even exist no more, you're welcome to it. I'm sorry. You go right ahead and watch them. I don't care. Some of them I did make unlisted because I know that people were still searching for those things. And I was just like, no. But I actually deleted my very first two videos. And I remember what they were. It was about a site called Buzzum, which used to be an old Twitter tool back in 2009 when I started this channel. But after that, and I literally have hundreds and hundreds of videos on this channel. So when you say legacy, girl, I agree 100%. This is a legacy, and people still watch some of my old videos, especially if I share them on Twitter. Oh, we don't need bad dreams about bad news. This exactly. You know, like we have to look at our own mental health. That's always paramount. You know, so if it's not like family or something that needs my immediate attention, when it's time to get rest, that's why self care is so super important, right? Let me go to sleep with peace on my mind. Yes, and we do. We will listen to. There's a channel that we have here, and they have a YouTube channel too, but I don't know the name of the YouTube channel doesn't match the channel. Song and Scripture, and it's literally just classical renditions of gospel music. But like I said, it's classical, you know, so it's pianos and violins playing some of those tunes, you know, that you might hear when you go to Sunday morning service, but of course it's sedated because it's classical versions. And oh my gosh, I could listen to that channel, take a nap. It's time to take a nap. Oh, put on a song of scripture. Oh my gosh, I got to skip over some of y'all comments because my friend Mike gave me a super sticker. No, a super chat. Thank you for 15 years of sharing with the community. Thank you, Mike. Oh, that's a super sticker. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. I appreciate you so much. Oh gosh. So let me, I'm so far behind on the comments. Hang on, y'all. Because I definitely want to get all of your comments in here. And how do you protect your peace, especially you have to protect your peace, especially before bedtime. Absolutely. Thank you. I'm glad y'all understand where I'm coming from. What the channel is an OG. Yes. That's why when she said legacy, that struck a nerve because it's like, yeah. Oh, yes, my old videos where my mental health was not great. People still watch them, but I need to make updated videos of them. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And then you can go to the description of those older videos and you can even say they have a feature here where you can add what's called a correction. But beyond that, also you can put that either at the top of the description of your old video or as a pinned comment to the video and say, you know, check out this video for an updated version of my views on whatever it was that you were talking about. Okay? I'm saying that now. I'm thinking, I should do that too on some of my old videos. There's never enough time in the day to take care of all of it especially when you got hundreds of videos. Okay, so all right, so I'm 16 YouTubers. Oh, we're old school. Oh my gosh, Coach Sherry. Yeah, you got me beat by a little bit. Yes. High five, girl. Oh, and once again, saying thank you to NLTMW. I just love just calling you Mike. Mike, thank you again. This channel is from 2013, same year I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So the channel has been through some things. My very, very first friend in the whole wide world, she has MS as well. So yeah, I'm so glad that, and I want to say she's like you, but although I don't know you offline, but she don't stop for nothing. She got her walker. She goes places. She sent me a thing like I'm at the fest because she lives in Virginia. I live in Philly. She's in Virginia now, and she's like, I'm at this jazz fest. Like, huh? I don't even do this kind of stuff. But yeah, I admire that. I really do. And you Yehudit Steinberg. I do the same. Thank you. I apologize if I said your name wrong. It is truly worth it to do YouTube in your experience. Is it truly worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, like, what was said about legacy, but it's also a body of your work. And because YouTube can always be searched, whereas things that you post on other platforms, they're gone. Nobody watches my old Facebook videos. Like, there's plenty of videos where I went live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I don't even bother doing that no more. Because if people are not there at that moment watching your live stream on Facebook, or even when you post a video on Facebook, they're not going to see it a week later, a month later, a year later, 5 years later. Yeah, I have people still watching videos that are 5 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old. Yeah. Yes. You can make not only a bigger impact, but it's also a place where, let's just say, you start deciding that you want to work with brands, or I don't know, maybe you're going for a position, a job, or whatever. Send them to your YouTube channel so they can see your body of work. Okay? That don't work like that on none of the other platforms. Sorry. It just doesn't. Oh, there are so many videos that need a makeover. You just do a little at a time, Minnie. That's how I have to do it. Like, it's on my mind now because I'm, recommending that to you. So, yeah, just have to do a little at a time. Yeah. Fist bump. Yes, girl. Coach Sherry, thank you. Your friend sounds like my MS support group here. She is always living life with MS. Yes. And she's a counselor, a college counselor. She's still working. Oh, she's amazing. She is amazing. Honestly, she goes places that I don't. It's like somebody tell me go to a concert, I'd be like, who's playing again? Oh, that's okay. Enjoy it. Other social media stuff comes in search, so it helps with branding, but people watch videos. Yeah, we've become a video culture. We are slowly but surely becoming a video culture. Like my friends, I have a lot of friends who are content creators and they put out books, they're like, I got this new book, it's launching on, and I say, you better have an Audible book or you better. Like I will listen to podcasts and all that. I just don't read like I used to. My blog was a very prolific blog about blogging, basic blog tips. In fact, it's still there. I didn't get rid of it. And people read that blog. And I know there's a lot of people that still do a lot of reading. I'm not saying. I just know for me, give me a video or give me a podcast cuz that's one thing that I will do like at night. I will listen to a podcast. It's usually a marketing podcast or something like that. uh, I didn't know you were in Philly. I went to school there and lived there for 5 years before I came to Detroit. Where did you go to school? Yes, I graduated from the Philadelphia High School for Girls. I went to Temple. My daughter graduated from Temple. Yeah, and my daughter, she lives in California, but she's a Temple grad. And hi, it's been a minute. The years flying by like a Concorde jet. Hey, living water quilter. Hello, hello. So great to see you. I agree. It doesn't work like on other platforms. Yeah, YouTube is it's a different um it's your portfolio. You can make it your portfolio, right? And the fact that you can always make a video private or make it unlisted. Let's just say in that scenario where I was talking about before, where you're going for a job or you're trying to connect with a brand, and you may have some videos that are like, I was just horsing around on that video, and maybe it doesn't have a lot of views or what have you. You can always unlist it until, you sign a contract. Let me put that video back up there. I like that video. And you can always, this is another thing, you can always change your title. You can always change your thumbnail. You can always change your calls to actions in your descriptions. They even have the editor where you can go in and take out pieces of the video that either don't make sense, or let's say you made a mistake or you had a tech issue or whatever. You can always do that. I did that on one video where I covered maybe three or four Twitter tools, and it was a very popular video. And one of those tools went away. I went in there and I cut out that part where I talked about that first tool, and bam, that video still continued to thrive. So it's a lot that you can do with YouTube that you can't do on other platforms. It's like YouTube is one of the most robust platforms on the planet. You cannot find another platform where you can do so many things. I'll give you a great example. And my girl, Living Water Quilter, she reminded me of that. Okay? Because we're Amazon influencers. We're in the Amazon influencer community. Do you know the best way? as an Amazon influencer, you can create what's called shoppable videos. So there's this product that you, let's say for example, I created a video about this mouse, and I talked about how I like it and all that stuff. And people can come to my Amazon store front and they see it, they can buy the mouse. But somebody could download my video and upload it on their own Amazon storefront. And Amazon can't, or doesn't, most of the time, doesn't detect that. No, Eileen already had that video. That's Eileen in the video. Where's this little person come from putting her video on their store? Because YouTube has invested money in this content ID match, and we most of the time we take it for granted. Like YouTube will let you know somebody uploaded your video, or check this video, because maybe sometimes you collaborate with someone and they have the video on their channel too. YouTube will let you know, hey, is this okay? No other platform does that. And if they do, it's random. Like YouTube has this thing locked down, okay? I had the notification it was last month. 2 people downloaded my YouTube videos and uploaded them on their channels. Because I had tweeted and I said, it's 2024. Y'all still trying to steal YouTube videos? But I mentioned Amazon because, Amazon is probably just as rich as YouTube, or they up there together, right? Like, why can't Amazon invest? But I think we take for granted, because I know that was no small feat for YouTube to invest in, not only money wise, but the intelligence to be able to build it. So other platforms fall behind in that sense. And even when they do catch on to things, sometimes it's false. It's a false positive. Yeah, I had one of my friends. They told her her own video was a duplicate, and it's like, it's me. But anyway, all right. So I love me some YouTube, y'all, and they're not perfect. Don't get me wrong; they are not perfect. But the question, the comment was about, is YouTube worth it? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Okay, I started blogging too before YouTube on WordPress. They're still there, but people prefer audio. Yes. And I don't know I was so bold when I started in 2009. I started blogging, like the next month I started my YouTube channel, and like the next week I started podcasting. Like, people don't even do that now. I was blogging, YouTube, and podcast. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I learned. And I knew that the only way I was going to learn was to do. Like, you can listen to all the tutorials in the world, but if you don't do it, you don't really know what's going on. As Coach Sherry know the ropes. Graduated from Lincoln, and my high school best friend went to Temple. Yes, Temple was my PWI experience, and Lincoln was her HBCU experience. I have one of my ex-boyfriends, rest in peace, Bernie. He went to Lincoln, and him and his twin brother, in fact, they're both deceased. But good people. Graduated in 91, girl, spring chicken. I appreciate how YouTube pivots and don't stay stuck. Yep, they do. They really do. Yes, my weight loss video got grabbed on another YouTube channel, and YouTube told me, see? So y'all know. You all know. 2024 has been the fastest year I've ever seen. Living water quilter. It just seems that way, Coach Sherry, because, it's like post-pandemic, and things are just like, everybody trying to do all the stuff that we couldn't do for those couple years. It's like, everybody's like feeling, but I do want y'all to know y'all still got to be safe out there with all these, some of those germs are still around. So just a reminder about that. The cash stuff videos get stolen. A lot I've learned from that community. Hmm. Right. As a content creator says your name, YouTube will notify you that you've been mentioned. Yep. Especially if they at mention you. Yes. Yes. Yes, that's great. Yep. What are your thoughts on YouTube shopping? Oh my God, I'm so glad you asked me that because you're the perfect person who probably has experience with YouTube shopping. Yeah, I have not had success with YouTube shopping yet. I'm still plugging away with it. Um, for those who are not familiar, actually, YouTube has two different shopping programs. One is with your merchandise, people can put your face on a mug or a t-shirt or your logo, whatever. You have to use a third party app in order to do that. But they also have the affiliate shopping program, which is a rival to Amazon and TikTok Shop and so forth. So, the affiliate program for me, the kind of um, products that I have been able to tag on the YouTube affiliate program, people are clicking on them, but they're not making the purchase. So but I'm not giving up. And we also get a store link. So I actually have. Let's see if I can show. I'll see if I can show you that on my phone. That's probably the easiest way rather than me trying to do a screen share. Hang on. So when you're on my channel, you would just go over to the store tab and you'll see that I put together some collections. I have the Mac Mini setup collections. I should have mentioned that earlier. And I have the Content Creator Self-Care Kit. Great sound is very important. And I have a Content Creators Shopping List. So if you're in the market for anything, like we were talking earlier about the Mac Mini, let's see here. Where do I grab the link? Create. You only can do this on your phone. So let me see if I grab this link. If it takes you right to the store. Hold up. It didn't, but that's okay because I think I know how to do it. Let's see if that works. So there you have it. I just put the link and it's just youtube.com/Eileen Smith/store. And I'm not going to test it because if that's not it, y'all just scroll down to the tab. All right. So yeah. So if you could tell me what your experience has been with YouTube shopping. Wait a minute, hang on. I gotta get my ducks back in a row now. Yes, Living Water Quilter. What are your thoughts on the YouTube shopping? I don't know if you've tried it or if you're eligible for it, or yeah. So I did just explain what YouTube shopping was. So, like I said, there's two different programs. I didn't know YouTube had shopping. Okay, yeah. I went to Bryn Mawr. Oh, woo, that's nice. After graduating from Morgan State HBCU, worked for Ethel Allen. Remember her? That name does have a ring to it. First black woman Secretary of State in Pennsylvania. Oh, that's wonderful. I never knew that. I am so glad that that conversation came up. Thank you so much, Dr. Geneva. Oh, wow. This is such great advice about YouTube. Do more. Yes, yes. YouTube is leaving no money on the table. Shopping is here, Coach Sherry. Yes. And I asked some of my Amazon influencer friends, how were they doing? Because I haven't had a success yet. And I just wanted to get some inspiration. And a couple of them did say, One is my friend. Her channel is Clean Snob, or it could be The Clean Snob. I'm not 100% sure. She's into cleaning, so I know people going to buy cleaning products. And my other friend, U Tech Pia, that's the letter U, Tech Techpia, U Tech Pia. He's put a screenshot there, so he's sold some things as well. So it's good to know that some of my friends have done move some products. And it all depends also, like, what your channel is, what your channel is about. If people are if you've opened up your channel memberships, your channel may be more visible to your folks, and then they would, like you guys have today, been gracious enough to give me super chats. And you probably would say, oh, let me make sure I go to her store. Or if I would remind her, hey, new items added to the store, then depending upon how active people's communities are, then they probably would spend more money in the stores. But I think part of the thing is educating people that the store is there. So I'm glad that that came up, because that definitely was not on my mind to share it with you guys today about the store. But yeah, I'm glad that Living Water Quilters brought that up. So yeah, got you guys to go over there. Yay! I'm going to have to check it out. Superfood for Parents, where do you find YouTube shops? Now, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers, and you would go into your YouTube studio and you would look under the Earn tab in your YouTube studio. Let's see if I can do that real quick. Actually, I have a video about that here, but let me just be sure I can show you. You know how you have certain things you can't show people. Okay, so I'm actually on my phone, and you'll see the things that you're eligible for when you go into your YouTube Studio app. All right, so I'm in my YouTube Studio app. Look for that Earn tab, which is the $ on the bottom right, and just click through and see if all these things, if any of them are available to you. So I have shopping, and see, 0. Oh, geez, good thing I was already transparent and told y'all I didn't make any money yet. But this, because you have to do all this from your phone anyway. You have to set up these collections and things from your phone. So if you don't have enough subscribers, or if you're not eligible, then you probably will see a message that says you're not eligible, or something of that sort. Okay? So just go in there and click on the Earn tab and go from there. And I'm going to, this has been a fantastic live stream. I am so glad I went live this morning, and I appreciate you all for coming out. I have lots of clicks, but no purchases. Oh, I don't feel so bad. No, I'm not happy that you have no purchases, but I really, here's the thing, Living Water Quilter. I think that a lot of people are not ready for it yet. As when I say people, I mean shoppers. They don't, they see that tag and they're thinking merch, because that's what most people have, is merch. And I got enough mugs, I got enough t-shirts. No shade to anybody who has merch. Don't get me wrong. But I got enough of that. So I personally kind of like put on horse blinders when it comes to that little shopping tag. But YouTube has to do their part, but we also, as YouTubers, have to do our part of making sure that our community is aware that we have that store there, that they can shop on YouTube. The other thing is, double check the vendors that you have listed on any tags that you've added, because I will say there is one major chain, and I'm not going to put them to shame by saying their name, but there is one major chain that is consistently out of stock. And those are the things that people are clicking on. They're out of stock. So I think YouTube needs to get that together as well. They need to, when things are out of stock, either alert us or not let us add a tag. Like they're pushing this particular store because this store sells everything just like Amazon, right? Y'all should be able to figure out who it is. They sell everything just like Amazon, right? But every time I click on something, it's out of stock. So it's growing pains. It's growing pains. I'm sure YouTube is going to get together. Give it. Let's come back. Let's convene this time next year in August of 2025, and let's see if we sold anything by then. I'm going to put it on my calendar. I'm writing it down right now because we're connected on Facebook. So I'm going to put August. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to write this down because, a lot of stuff I said today I didn't write down, but I'm writing this one down. August 2025. I wrote 2024. August 2025. Make note. I'm going to put it on my Google Calendar. You'll probably sell something before I will. Your link to your shop. You link your own shop to your YouTube channel, Coach Sherry, like your Shopify or merch store or website or whatever. I haven't tried the affiliate program. That's what I should explore too. Yes, that's what actually Living More Quilters and I were talking about. But there, like I said, there's two things. So I'm glad you reinforced what I said. Superfood parents. But Shopify, they just let a lot more Shopify shops available on the affiliate side as well. So, yeah, Shopify and YouTube are like, whoa. I have a question about the affiliate shop, Eileen. Do I have to do a video on the products or just tag them? You're supposed to have featured the item in your video. Suppose, like for example, today I'm using my favorite microphone, which is the Shure MV7. And the reason I love this MV7 microphone is because it's a USB microphone. And as I told you earlier, I like to keep things simple. And so here is that microphone once again. So now I can tag that in the video. I can't just tag it just because it's sitting here if I hadn't talked about it. Right? That's the, I mean, YouTube is not literally looking at every single video to make sure you talk, but that's the way it's supposed to, and they tell you that. Don't tag things that aren't in the video. Okay? I'm not eligible yet. Soon. That's right. And guess what? YouTube keeps lowering that threshold. It started off you needed to have 20,000. Well, first they started off in beta. They only rolled it out to certain people. Then, they spread it to a little bit more people. And then more people. Then there's like 20,000. Then it was like 15,000. Now it's like 10,000. That doesn't mean that like before the holiday season that they're not going to reduce it again to 5,000. I'm not saying, I told you I don't have a crystal ball, but just hang in there, girl. Just hang in there. Okay, I see you're in the store. Shows up on your tabs. Cool. Yes, yes. Would you do a video on the best ways, strategies to update a YouTube channel? Yeah, I could do a video about that. And the only reason why I hesitate, because they keep changing stuff. Because I have a video about that, but this all changed. Strategies for YouTube channel. Okay, I'm writing down. I got two things that I actually wrote down. I'm going to have to rewatch the other things that I wasn't writing down. Okay. Do you make videos highlighting some of the products on your shop? I have not done that yet. However, I have done multi-streams where I streamed on YouTube and Amazon at the same time. And previously, before I became a YouTube affiliate, all the links in my description were links going to Amazon. But once I got in the program, and YouTube will keep reminding you, tag your videos, tag your videos. I'm like, all right, let me go tag the videos. So then I was conflicted because should I take out all the Amazon links from the description and just have the YouTube tags? And honestly, I still have not worked that out in my mind yet because, as I mentioned, I haven't sold anything on YouTube yet. So doesn't make sense for me to take my Amazon links out of the description. So I could have both. So I wrote myself a note. Let's see. When I say note, I use notes like y'all was talking about earlier that y'all use Google Keep or whatever. I use my notes. All right. So this is what I have that I try to remember to add to those videos. So I'm just going to paste this, just showing off my fancy Apple skills. It's getting cut off, but that's okay because this is just. I'm just gonna it won't let me paste it because it's too long, too many characters. So just so y'all know that's what happened. That's why. So this is what I decided to do. Whenever you post a link for Amazon, you always have to do disclosure. Okay. So I made myself a little blurb that I could use to replace into the descriptions. You can click the shopping tag to shop for items in this video right now. And YouTube also told us to use the hashtag shop with YouTube. I haven't seen any impact from using the hashtag, but I did because they said, do you do it? So I did. And then I also said, shop my recommendations on Amazon, and I put my Amazon storefront link. And now that I realized that I did that, I better paste that again. And this time I'm going to delete everything in front of the disclosure, because you always have to put your disclosure whenever you post that Amazon link, okay? And that's my disclosure. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. So I'm covering myself. I'm saying, if you want to shop right now, click the tag and you can shop on YouTube. Or shop all my recommendations over on my Amazon storefront. And then I put my disclosure. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Great questions. I just love all your questions today. This is like the live stream that I've been building up for like the last 3 months or whatever. Gotcha. Yeah. But I've always said I need to make a dedicated YouTube shopping video. It's on the to-do list, but it's probably not written down. And Neil says, it just depends on your use case for which live stream platform you use. I agree with a browser-based software is a very easy route to entry for streaming. Oh, Neil, you might have rewound and we're looking at what I was my earlier topic, which was Streamyard. Absolutely. It just depends on your use case, and not just your use case, although that's a very good point. It's also what you feel comfortable with. Because, for example, I'm much more comfortable screen sharing with Streamyard than I am with Ecamm. Although today you all saw me screen sharing with Ecamm, right? And I showed off my phone with Ecamm too, which I can't do on StreamYard. You can, but not without a bunch of, rigmarole. And the way I always do it when I'm on StreamYard is because I use the virtual camera of Ecamm. So technically, what I would normally do if I knew I wanted to screen share something on the phone, I would have everything set up just like I'm set up now. But instead of pushing the go live button in Ecamm, I would go to StreamYard and set Ecamm Live as my camera, and then I would do the screen sharing of my phone. Like I'll just do it real quick in case somebody missed it. I would do this through Ecamm's virtual camera. But I am much more comfortable doing screen sharing of just websites and it's a skill. It's one of those things. If I had practiced with Ecamm, I probably would be a whiz. But you know what they say? You know, wise woman once said, "Ain't nobody got no time for that." If you got StreamYard and you got Ecamm, just use StreamYard when you know you're going to screen share from the web. Why not? Like that's the beauty of being a content creator. Choice. I got all these choices. So just use the one I like or what I feel like. So today I felt like going live on Ecamm, even though I was talking about StreamYard. Whew. All right, I think y'all are calming down with the comments now because we're almost at 2 hours, y'all. I signed up for the Amazon affiliate program, but they want to make sales within 6 months, and I did not do so. My account is closed by them now. Yeah, you can reapply, but get yourself a little game plan before you do. Get yourself a little game plan. You mentioned earlier, and everybody who was here earlier heard you talking about having MS and having disability. Talk about the products that help you as a disabled person. I'm sure you've bought some of them. You could do it on YouTube and put those links once you reapply, right? Put those links. Or if you have a website, I know we talked about websites earlier, but I don't remember if you said you have one. Have those links on your website, because there's two different levels to Amazon. There's an Amazon associate and Amazon influencer. As an associate, you can, if they see that you have traffic on your website, they can approve you that way, and also socials. But an influencer, they just look at your socials. They don't even care about if you got a website. They're just looking at YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and that's it. That's all they care about. If you got those things, and they want you to have a certain level, but we don't know what that level is. Whew. All right. Let's see. I think we got a couple more. I think the current price for StreamYard $39 is expensive just to get HD. Well, like Neil, you must have stepped away. We don't know what the updated pricing is going to be. It might be $39 now. We don't know what the new pricing is going to be, but there is going to be new pricing because they said so. I even earned a few credit from people clicking my StreamYard affiliate link. Yay! Yeah, because, you let people know. Just like I've been letting you guys know that as questions have come in here, and have that affiliate link at the ready. Be ye also ready. StreamYard has added so many features that eliminated the need to pay for other services, editing, automatically creating shorts, reels, recording with a pause button. Yes, I love that recording feature. I've got 2 videos on a recording with the pause feature, one on the StreamYard channel and one here on this channel. I love that. And my girl Sue Ann is here. Hello, darling. Sue Ann from Right Mix for Business. I recently got approved for Amazon affiliate, and I plan to use it with a place that you suggested to me. Bendable. Yes. Boom, boom. That's the 1-2 punch. All right. Right, Neil Farmer? Oh my God, I love it when the chat is agreeing. Okay, y'all. Whew. 2 hours I've been on here. Let me see. An hour 54. Okay. Just short of 2 hours of fun and frolicking and super chats and people connecting with one another. Make sure y'all connect off this um, live stream. And when I start my streams or even some of my videos, I start by saying, "Hello, beautiful people." You may wonder, why does she say that? Well, it doesn't matter if you're a man or if you're a woman or if you're non binary. I know that you have a beautiful message inside of you. We talked about it throughout the stream today. That message needs to come out. And you may be like too shy to get on camera, too afraid of the tech, not really sure. This is my goal. This is my goal is to help you. Let's hold your hand, help you, guide you so that you feel confident on camera, so that you are tech hurdles, you just overcome them. And that's why I say beautiful people, because we all wouldn't be here together if we didn't have that spirit of putting beautiful things out into the world. And so I start by saying, "Hello, beautiful people." And I end by saying, "Come on, balloons. Stay beautiful."